Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. Happy Monday. It's 7:29 in the ramp here in Redding, California. We've got our leather bomber jacket on. We've left the crew rest facility, and we are ready to get to our bird. There she is. We left her here on Friday afternoon. It's time to pick up where we left off. Move the cargo, baby. This time we're stopping over the hills into Reno, California. This particular route, you would have to use the oxygen cannulas with a portable oxygen tank to get on the airway. However, that is not required this morning because guess what? We are in the B-58 Pressurized. We haven't flown this particular variant yet. I don't think it's going to be much different in terms of really anything else that we flew the last time flying freight, other than now we're going to have a nice pressurized cabin. We'll deal with the door seals, make sure we got a good pressurization. That's going to be something for me to learn. But it should be a fun little flight up and over with a full sunrise. We're full night mode right now, so we're not going to spend too much time chit-chatting, but we'll get her pre-flighted. We'll see all the interior lighting, and it should be an absolutely gorgeous flight over the mountains this morning. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might take the turbine bonanza back to Hayward. What do you guys think? You know what? Just because I might need some turbine sounds after this, but that's what's on the agenda. Thank you for joining me on this last-minute live stream. I know it's early, even for my streamer followers. You know, it's early. I had to drop the truck off again this morning at 8:30, so I came straight to had the wife drop me off at the office after I dropped the truck off. And if I'm sitting at the HQ, we might as well be flying. So let's rock and roll. Scott, good to see you. Bo Brown, and good to see you, man. Dude, I can't believe Bo. I'm not going to talk to you, Bo. Unbelievable of situation of events this weekend. AJ Fernard, good to see you. Zach Lewine's in the house. Perry's in the house. Callie Simmer, good early morning to you, ma'am. Hope everything is well. Should be a beautiful day out there in California. So welcome in, Callie Simmer. Digital Merc is here, hardcore. He's probably flying his TBM or Fokker somewhere up there in the Pacific Northwest already. Good to see you, Digital Merc. And Milan's in the house and many more. Thank you all for tuning. Canadian, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Canadian truck always broken? No, it was broken Friday, but it's not even broken. I'm just replacing something that needs to be replaced before it causes issues, but they replaced it. Apparently the part that they replaced it with was faulty, so they had to get another one. But all right, I'm picking up your mod for Zippy from LAX this afternoon. Oh, really? Zippy is en route to LAX. Well, Callie Simmer, make sure you send me a DM or something when you pick him up. Be fun. That's awesome that you get to pick him up this afternoon. Elena Zane, good morning to you. Welcome on board. Welcome in. This is going to be continuation flight of AMP Flight 202. Service to Redding. Avapollo, nice livery. Yeah, I like this one, man. This is great livery if you want to fly AmFlight colors because it's almost identical blue. I don't think AmFlight ever had Barrons, but this is a very, very similar paint job to the Navajo. It's almost identical to the Navajo. So I like it. And Mickey G, what's up, man? I haven't flown a Barron 58 in the sim since FSX. Mickey G, same, since FSX. Dude, I used to fly the snot out of that Barron 58 in FSX, man. I loved it. And then, you know, the default Barrons were always kind of mid in the sims. X-Plane had a decent Barron, didn't it? Or was that a Barron? Might have flown it a little bit in 11. But, yeah, the Barron 58 and X-Plane, dude. I remember starting my own cargo company with FS Passengers with the Barron 58, eventually working up to the J41. So, yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's good. Steven, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. What's good in the hood, ladies? Steven, always a pleasure. Welcome on board, my friend. Welcome on board. Well, like I said, let's not waste too much time. Let's get the aircraft pre-flighted. Since we're walking up to it here, we'll go ahead and pull the plug out. We'll go ahead and move the static wicks. Don't have any chocks on board. We'll inspect our propellers. They're looking mighty fine, nice and clean. We still got some bugs on it. Take a look at our leading edge here. We may run into a little bit of light icing this morning. Just depends what the cloud layers are looking at. I haven't done any pre-flighting as far as flight plan yet because I figure like it's fun to do that together. We'll open up the compartments here and we'll get the lights on. So with the pressurized Barron, we don't have a second passenger door. That's also a difference, and it's also modeled here correctly. So I wish we could walk up. Hold on, chat. We need to. Can I still hack walk up on this wing? We need to get in to the cockpit. Oh, we can't on this model. We can't get on the airplane. Dang it! All right, I was gonna try to walk up, open the door. Alright. What's up, Vodka? Good to see you, my man. Pop you open. We'll hop in here. And let's go ahead and move the control yoke. And I'm going to actually hide that. Let's get the battery switch on. We got to do a light check. We'll do nav lights, beacon lights. And we can actually see the beacon flashing, so we can turn it off. Pre-flighting lights at night is much easier, so we'll do the strobe lights. I don't see any strobes, so we'll go out there and look for those, and then we'll look for landing light. That works. Landing light right. Taxi light, that works. All right, so let's run around real quick, check the strobes. Make sure they are strobing. Yep, we got strobes out here. And we got strobes out here. Good. All right, hop back in. And we'll go ahead and turn off the strobe lights because that's annoying to everybody. We'll turn on the panel lighting. Oh, we'll turn on the flood lighting. Do we have any additional lights? We'll turn on the overhead lights. Chat, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. All right, so we'll kind of pre-flight the panel here. Everything is pushed in for the circuit breakers. We'll open the cowl flaps. The fuel valves are open. They're on. We are idle forward and cut off on the mixture set. No cams today other than just the yoke cam today because I have it set up for my Boeing stuff. All right, that all looks good. We're going to flip on the avionics master switch. We'll get the current altimeter setting. Magic Barrel ref is set. As the avionics master comes to life, we're going to tune in the ATIS. And ATIS is going to be 134.8 as soon as this gets fired up here. 46 degrees outside, and then we'll load her up. I'll put the transponder on standby. Technically, it's night, so we do need an IFR clearance. We can turn the weather radar off, save the juice. Matter of fact, we can, yeah, we'll just go here. Come on, we're rocking the 530, 430 stack this morning. We're going to rock the stack. 134.8 is the freak. Let's see if we can't pick it up here. Hold on, I've got the wrong flight on, wrong flight loaded up here. It also helps if you launch beyond ATC, right? That would help. Rocking 2002, man, exactly. Good morning, Quizhoffs. Looking at the Just Flight videos on the Black Square, Barron, and Bonanza that have come out the last couple days. Lots of info and impressive. Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's Nick from Black Square, man. He's crushing it.
Beyond ATC. Connected.
All right, we're loading up here. We should be able to get an ATIS here momentarily. Yeah, Kivo, I like the stack. 530, 430 stack. I mean, we're flying a pressurized Barron. You're probably going to have some Garmin stuff, right? Let's see if we can't tune it. Oh, ATIS is 24.1. That's the problem. 124.1. 1241. Let's see. Get ready to write it down on your knee boards.
7. Landing and departing runways. Tree 4, tree 0. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Quebec.
Info Quebec, chat. Write it down.
Reading Municipal Airport information, Quebec. 1 tree 6 Zulu. Wind tree 05 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 08. Dew point 06. Altimeter tree 017. Landing and departing runways. Tree 4, tree 0. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Quebec.
All right, we got info Quebec. We'll turn 21.7. We'll auto-tune that. Canadian dropping the 10 gifted subs. My man, thank you so much for the 10 gifted sub dono. Mr. Canadian, our great white Canadian snow leopard. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs. If you pick one up from Canadian, make sure you shout them out, say thank you. Buy one of those North Face jackets or whatever supports Canada. Not North Face. Don't you have like your own jackets up there in Canada? They got the little patch on the side. Everyone wears them when you fly to Canada. Reading ground. Good morning, Amflight 202. Information Quebec. Clearance to Reno, please.
Reading ground Amflight 202. Clearance is not available at this time. Please check the frequency for further instructions.
What are they combined on tower? What's going on here? Oh, Chad, I just hit X. Oh, great, Chad. I just closed beyond HTC. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to save our juice. Let's go ahead and turn the avionics off. Let's turn the battery switch off. Turn the floodlight off. We got to load up the airplane anyway, right? We don't want to waste our juice. So let's go to the aircraft. And I'm going to reboot beyond ATC because I accidentally closed it instead of frequency change. But before we do that, let's go to weight and balance. Cargo. We'll let this... Actually, no, we don't mess with that there. What am I doing? Let's go to the EFB tablet right here. And let's go to payload. Now, let's see. We're going to go ahead and put 210 up front. We're going to be single pilot today, so we'll move the co-pilot. We're going to pretend that this is cargo weight here. So we'll fill up the nose baggage compartment up to 300. And let's fill up... Let's go 250, 250, 250, 250. Let's get that out of the tail. So we're looking at 1,000 pounds plus 300. We got 1,300 pounds of cargo. Gross weight is 6,120. We're not going to need all that gas. Now, how much gas did we run in here with? I don't remember what gas we had, but we're going to be, if we look at our flight plan, let me go back here. Flight planner. Now we'll do a quick little flight plan. We're going to be Reading Municipal, and arrival is Reno, Tahoe. That's going to be in there. And straight line distance, Jet Airways, no, let's do Victor Airways. I want to see what Fine Route does. Ooh, they're going to send us way north. We're not going to take the north route. We are definitely not going to do that. So... yeah, we're gonna just do direct, and we're gonna change direct, and yeah, we don't need all of this. I just wanted a basic route. This takes us way north. We're gonna take the southern route, which is on our Navigraph. So this is the one I want to take. We're gonna go to Red Bluff VOR. The airway that causes us to use oxygen is Victor 200 here. Now it's 11.5 minimum en route altitude. So you can run 11.5 eastbound. However, coming back, you got to be at 12.5. Now, 135 states above 11,000 feet. I think that was our SOP. Above 11,000 at night, it was dependent on night or daytime. I think 11,000 nighttime, you had to have oxygen on board to fly that airway. So that's why we are technically going to run this particular route. And this particular route is... gonna be roughly, if I nav log it on Sky Vector, we don't need that, 12, 5.5, hour 33, that's at a slow ground speed, 130, yeah, so we need, back to our fuel, we don't need 2.7, we're gonna reduce that about 40 gallons aside. So that gives us 2 hours of endurance, an hour plus our reserve. It's not going to take a full hour, so we're probably right there at the limit with our fuel. Don't have a whole lot of extra gas, but that's how we operate. All right, try to be as efficient as possible. Left engine, right engine conditions are good. Cabin is good. There's our door seal. We'll monitor that. 5X on the global failures. We are ready to rock and roll. So now the aircraft is loaded. Our flight plan is done. Let's go ahead and boot up one more time and see if we can't get our clearance. Let's get the avionics master switch back on. BS Logistics approved, 100%, Andrin, 100%. I want to see if I can...
AM Flight 202, looking to pick up our clearance to Reno Tahoe Airport.
AM Flight 202, Reading ground, cleared to Reno Tahoe Airport. Kendall 4 departure, Red Bluff transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 132.2. Squawk 5226.
Clear to Reno Tahoe Airport, Kendall 4 departure, Red Bluff transition, then is filed, climb via SID, except maintain 4000, departure frequency is 132.2, squawk 5226, AM flight 202. Alright, so before we load up our...
AM flight 202, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
AM flight 202 will call you when ready for start or taxi. We're going to go ahead and get the... get an engine running. So let's go avionics master switch off. We'll go ahead and turn that back off. We got to go back out to the airplane, make sure we do our final checks here. They're free and correct. Those don't wiggle. Tie downs are removed. Elevators in good condition. Rudders in good condition. And doors are all closed. Nose door latches, they are closed, correct? All right, so now we hop in after our final walk. We'll close the door because it's cold. We'll open the window for sounds. One more time. Battery up. Beacon lights on. Master fuel pumps coming to high. Mixtures up. Throttles up. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Throttles back. Mixtures back. Fuel pumps off. Off. We're going to start number 1 first. Crack the throttle on number 1. And clear. Prop. Left. Right. Both. Here we go. Yeah, buddy. Get the left alternator on. See the gyroscope physics there of our attitude indicator. Excellent. Right, left, both. We're going to start number 2. Clear prop. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Sneak a little mixture in. There we go. Ah, gosh dang it. I forgot to have the throttle up. Throttle was cut off. Not enough air. Try again. Clip prop. There she goes. No. Come on, baby. There we go. 1000 RPM, 1000 RPM. Bring down the mixtures half. Alright, with that done, we'll get the right alternator. Avionics master switch can come on. Floodlight panel on. Cow flaps are open. 5226 in the squawk. We've got a departure SID. Can we fly that here? Let's go to... let's use the... Yeah, we can use the SID charts here. No, back in my day, we flew with the regular SIDs. The NACA charts. FAA, departure, Kendall 4. Kendall 4 off of 134 is going to be a right turn back to the VOR of Reading 1435. So let's go ahead and get these up, and then we'll program this as well. Third time's a charm. Cosmic, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. How's dad life treating you, my man? 4000 is set. We got to warm up our engines a little bit. Let's just go ahead and close cow flaps. We'll put the radar into standby. All right, flight plan. This is going to be quick. Reading, and then we're going to put in just the VOR. Reading VOR, or Red Bluff VOR. RBB. That gets us on the airway. Nope. What happened there? Romeo Bravo Bravo. Oh, Romeo Bravo Lima. Romeo Bravo Lima. Nope. First time. Oh, now my Garmin is jacked up. Why is my Garmin jacked up? It's Romeo Bravo Lima. But now she's like... she's jacked up. Let me try this one. This one works. Romeo Bravo Lima. Yeah. after Romeo Bravo Lima, we're going to Mergo, MRGGO. It's on the airway. I wonder if I can crossfill these. MRGGO. After Mergo, it's gonna be on the airway, Victor 200 all the way to Mustang VOR, which is Foxtrot Mike Golf. Fox Mike Golf. And then from there, the airport. KRNO. Yeah, I don't think we can crossfill from 1 to 2. Oh, there we go. It took it. All right, good. All right, beautiful. They are talking to each other. All right, we're going to stand by altitude on 5226. Red Bluff VOR is set, and then we need for the departure, we also need to intercept the Reading VOR 11435. So we'll flip this over 11435. And then Red Bluff is 1157. That ready to go, and then we'll actually put 1157 active. Nav 2. Boom, boom. Cylinder head temps are in the green now. We'll go ahead and open the cow flaps. Sun is rising. On departure, right turn, radial 217. Course line is going to be 217. We'll spin that in. And departure runway heading is 340. Left departure, basically a right 270 to 217 to Kindle at or above 3,000, and then to the Red Bluff VOR 157, which is the 324 radial +2 -2 or -2 +2. So that's going to be 144 to the station on nav 2. 144 to the station on nav 2. Beautiful. All right, we're ready to taxi. Reading ground, M-Flight 202, ready to taxi.
M-Flight 202, runway 3 for taxi via Bravo.
Runway 34, taxi via Bravo, M-Flight 202. Alright, so we are over here on the ramp, and we're going to just take Bravo. He wants us to do an intersection departure, which we can do. So we're going to spin it around, take Bravo, we'll call ready. Alright, taxi lights on, park brake is off. Let's go. I think I locked it, Avapollo, somehow with, I think it got locked somehow when I was messing with the mouse wheel, or the keyboard commands. Technically, they wouldn't want you taxiing across all these parking spots, so let's be good pilots. Let's come over here. We'll get off the parking spots. Need a good Reading scenery. I'm so beyond stoked for these birds. I can't contain my excitement. I know, Zach. Dude, I'm having so much fun with them. It's all I want to fly right now. Bravo should be coming up here, right here. So we'll make the left turn kind of an inverted taxi. Is there any ramp lighting? No. Nope. Like, who manages the airport? Reading. No ramp lighting. I've actually been to Reading IRL before. Talk about small airport. Oh yeah, Kelly Simmer. Small, but it was super busy. When I was flying in out of there, they had flight school. I forget who it was, but they were all, the call sign was Marmot. There's just tons of marmots flying around. We can probably turn the floodlight off. Yeah, get in a little bit of mood lighting here. So this is going to be the Bravo intersection. Before we call ready, we're going to do a little... Oh, that's actually Alpha intersection. Okay, so my charts aren't lining up, but this would be Bravo. It says that's Bravo over there.
All aircraft be advised, information Sierra now current. Altimeter
Well, we're going to depart at intersection Alpha. So let's just go ahead and we'll go with that. Let's go ahead and set the brake. We do a little bit of a quick run up here. I'm going to put you into flight plan, and I'm going to put you into nav page 1. Alright, that looks good. And let's go ahead and run a checklist now, because this is going to be different. We do have the Barron, so let's make sure we're not going to miss anything that's important. So, go back to the aircraft. The onboard checklist is right here. After starting, that all checks. Run up, here we go. So park brake, enunciators, we'll do everything normal, everything normal, everything normal, everything normal, and then we get to here is where we need to mess with stuff. So let's do our normal run up, and then throttle 2000 RPM. Okay, so we're gonna do everything normal until we get to that part. So here we go. Mixture's coming up. Run it up. 1700. Any reason I don't use headphone simulation? It sounds better. Here, is it too loud though? I'll close the window. I just like the sounds, man. All right, 1700 RPM. Couple things we're gonna check here. Let's do props. Left, right, left, right. It's 46 degrees. We got to do 3 according to our SOP. Left, right, check. All right, we've got prop sync, that all checks. Let's go to the de-icing pressure. Let's go 1 cycle surface manual. There it is, boot pressure in the green, boots inflate, that checks. Let's do mag checks. Left, left, back to both, and right mag. Oh, I clicked it to off, I caught it. Right mag. Back to both. Back to both. Instrument air is in the green. Prop amps. Let's go ahead and run the prop heat. Prop amps check. Windshield. Windshield heat's in the green. We got a load. Stall warning heat. That's a jump. Fuel vent heat. That jumped up. Pitos left and right. We got amperage. That all looks good. Okay, so engine temps are in the green. Everything's in the green. Oil's in the green. Let's come back down to 1000 RPM. And now we're going to do the different part of the checklist. So, as we get to the pressurization part here, we've done all this. We've done all of this. Here we go. We did the SUFIS de-ice, cockpit window closed, throttle 2000. This is where it's going to get different. So, throttle 2000, cabin altitude, field elevation. So the field elevation is 500 feet. So I should set this to right about there, right? And then cabin differential will be 0, which it is. Okay. Cabin altitude goal, 1,000 feet below. Here's the field elevation, 500. Then we'll set 1,000 feet below field elevation. 1,000 feet below. So we'll have to set it negative. Cabin press mode. Press. And then door seal press. Okay, so let's go through this together. So let's run it up. 2,000 RPM. And I'm going to pull up the environmental tablet too so we can kind of watch what we're going to do here. Okay, 2,000 RPM. I'm going to turn my headsets on for this as well so we can hear it. This is new for me. Cabin altitude is 0. Cabin differential, cabin climb rate 10 o'clock. Right there. And we need to set this below 1,000 below where we're at. Then cabin press to press. And then door seal mode press. Cabin out and differential climb. Observed. Door seal's closed. I'm not seeing it climb though. Cabin altitude differential and climb, observe decrease. We're basically just testing. We dump the pressure. You can see the door pressure dumps. Set first assigned flight level. Let's say it's going to be 13,000. Pressurize, pressurize. Then dump it, then do that. $1,000 below, pressurize, pressurize, test. There we go. Now it's observed descent. There we go. The cabin is descending. Okay, so that worked. You have to press and hold it. Okay. Okay, so it took it down. Okay, so now let's dump everything. So it is working. It is working. I was thinking maybe we're jacked up. Our first assigned flight level is going to be 14,000. Let's go ahead and bring this back. 14,000 feet is set, and we're ready now, finally. We're going to skip the elevator trim and all that, or the head autopilot trims. Okay. So, I guess we do need to pressurize. We need to pressurize. Door seals will seal, and then we'll pressurize as we climb it out with power. So, we're ready to go now. Let's go. All right, I'm going to... they want me to taxi down to Bravo, which I'm not going to taxi down to Bravo. So, beyond ATC is dead to me. I'm going to just exit that. We're just going to go flying. Alright, cowl flaps are open. Everything is ready to go. Brakes released. Left, right, both. Strobes. We'll take the intersection departure here. Yeah, beyond ATC won't let you do takeoff unless I go down to Bravo, which I'm not going down to Bravo. I know, it's going to be full sunrise before we get cracking. That's why we're going right now. All right, 4,000 is set. We'll still fly the departure. It's going to be a right 270 to join the airway. Here we go. Set power. Airspeed alive. 80 knots. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly away. .400 feet. We'll start the right 270. Looking for 120. Comes 1,000 feet. Power's coming back 35. Props coming back 25. Keep the right turn going. Beautiful. We've got our navigation active, so we can set it a little bit of an intercept heading, about 240-ish. Good performance this morning. It's nice and cold. Squawk altitude as well. Trim it down about 130-ish in the climb. Our CDI is very sensitive since we're right over the station. Throw our headsets on. We'll turn the overhead floodlights off. We don't need them anymore. All right, we're tracking outbound now. 130. After takeoff checklist. Power's set. Props are set. Mixtures are set. Temps are in the green. Little bit hot there. This guy we'll go 140. We'll trim it down. 46 in the cabin. Need to warm it up in here, that's for sure. So we can get a little heat. And actually, I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that here in a minute because we got to start the heater in the Barron. All right, we're outbound to Kindle. At or above 3, we're gonna surpass 4. We're gonna keep going all the way up 4,000 feet. And Kindle's at the 144 intercept. I'm going to intercept the 217 here real quick. Oh, chat, that's crucial. It's in GPS mode. Oh, we're hosed. Alright, well, I think we got it just in time, because this is centered up. Once this needle is centered, we know we're there. So once we hit Kindle, then we make the left turn to 144. So let's flip it. We need to go to 15.7, 15.7 on nav 1. My nav 1 is jacked up. My radio's jacked up. I'm not getting a CDI on nav 1. You see that? So we're going to fly with nav 2. I can't change anything on my top GPS. My top GPS is messed up. So we'll just set for reference 144. What do some GA aircraft have 2 GPS? Yeah, they cross-talk to each other. You can use one for frequencies. You can use one for navving. It's common to have stacked GPS, but I can see there's a problem though. Like, this GPS got jacked up. You see, I can't mess with it. It's like locked in a mode or something. We might have to cycle it off. Or better yet, let's get rid of it. I tried to appease you guys with the magenta lines, but it's pissing me off. So we're gonna do a single GPS, and let's actually cycle it off, and then we'll cycle it back on. I think something got bugged when I tried to change the flight plan, and I was in a weird mode. No, it's not. It's in VLOC mode, but the problem was I can't. It's not picking up any frequencies. It wasn't doing anything. It just wasn't working. See, I should be able to. It's still bugged out. Uh-oh. Well, we may have to. Like, I can't change the frequency on it or anything. So, in that case, Screw it. No GPS. You're all dead to me. I'm going old school. But I still need 15.7. Look, my nav radios are bugged. Ah, it's locked out. I can't do anything. I can't put it in active. I can change the comm. What if I cycle the avionics? Nope. Nav 1 is dead, chat. Nav 1 is dead. So, we gotta do this old school way. We got to nav off the second one. Nav 2. We are in grave danger. That's alright, we're going to overcome it. Let's take a look, make sure our cabin is actually pressurizing. So we're up, we're going to 14,000. Differential's moving. No, it's not. I wonder if it's a bug or actual failure, Andre? I don't know. Well, we're not going to check it till we land. Can't check it till we land because you can't just check failures in real world. So that's all right. We're going to keep flying. We're going to act like it's a true failure. That just means we got to fly our flight plan the old school way. So right now we're going direct to 15.7, which is a red bluff. So let's recenter this up. So 160 heading. 160 heading, and what we're going to do to make life easier is I'm going to have to put this into heading mode right away. So let's use some automation. Let's go heading mode, autopilot engage, and we're going to do a vertical speed climb of let's start with 1,000 feet a minute, and we're going to fly in heading mode off of this CDI down here. So I'm going to flag this one out so I'm not even looking at it. Switch to 4 flight. Shouldn't you declare an emergency or mayday? Exactly. This is the type of things you see in airplane repo. Oh my goodness. Alright. We must have a crosswind up here because it is really cooking us over. Check circuit breakers. No, it wouldn't be a breaker. It wouldn't be a breaker issue because it's still working. Chat. Chat. I love Black Square. I'm like, nah, it's gotta be a bug. It's flight sim. It's flight sim. It's bugged. It's bugged. It's bugged. It's flight sim. Flight sim is poo poo. Mother of pearl. It's actually a nav 1 breaker problem. Alright. Well, scripted. We're gonna have more problems if I can't follow frickin' nav 2 with the heading bug. We got a heck of a wind, man. Alright, we're coming through 10,000 feet. Let's get landing taxi lights off. Let's get some heat going on here. Now watch, I like firing up the heater on this thing, so I'll show you how this works. We're going to go cabin. It's pretty chilly in here right now. It's 40 degrees. So we're going to turn the blower into low. We're going to turn the heater on. It's going to get it warmed up. Alright, we're going to leave it in low because it's pretty powerful. With the heater ignited and ready to rock and roll, now we're going to go ahead and pull the pilot air valve. And we'll actually pull the defrost. That'll get some air flowing over the front. And the co-pilot air, he probably wants some air too. Is this his? Yeah, we'll open the co-pilot's air. And now this is going to slowly start warming the cabin, 44C. Beautiful. All right. So we just went over the top of the VOR. So Red Bluff, we need to join the airway. Outbound is 122. So let's spin this now to 122 since we're over the top of the VOR. And we're just going to fly in heading for right now until we get the actual to from flip. And then once we get the to from flip, which should be any second now, there it is. We're going to turn the aircraft heading to 122. Everything looks good. Temps are good. Cabin diff. Why is our cabin exceeding? What's going on here? 1-4. Are we not pressurized? Was it stuck in dump mode? We need a level. We got problems going on here, chat. We got problems. Let's come back 30 inches. Lean the mixtures a little bit. Props are going to come back to 23. We would tell ATC right now, yeah, we're troubleshooting some cabin issues. No help is needed. And we also got to keep flying our CDI there. Let's close the cowl flaps. I got something screwed up here. Can I hide the quadrant or somehow? I can't see. So now the cabin is descending. Maybe do we out climb it? Let's increase the rate. So the altitude is set at 14,000. We should be a 2,500 foot cabin. We're just past the red line, but the cabin is descending. Make sure we're not going to fly in any mountains out here. No, we're just on the airway in the middle of no man's land, so we're looking good. Windows are closed. Doors are closed. Our doors seal. I keep opening the wrong EFB. The doors are sealed. Okay, 16 psi. Cabin, we're above that right now. You see it's in the red? That's not good. Where's my rosary? Let's make sure all our other circuit breakers are in. We're not going to reset that circuit breaker in flight. Everything is fine here. Cabin pressure circuit breaker is in, right? So the cabin pressure circuit breaker is in. I think I left it in dump. Door seal pressurized. Cabin pressure pressurize. I don't want to test it in flight. I'm trying to see if any of these bugs are just buttons are stuck. They're not stuck. What did we miss here? I know I don't want to dump it. What if I increase 1,000 above where we're going? So if we want to go to 14, we'd set 15. There we go. Let's climb the cabin. You don't want your diff in the red. That's bad. Airplane go pop. We don't like that. I think you forgot to switch it to press when we left. Did I not leave it in press when we left? Maybe I mouse wheeled it to the wrong spot. Very possible. The cabin is climbing right now, so let's just maintain our current altitude. Flying in heading mode is going to be fun. Alright, there's our red light is out, so we're in the green. We're going to let the cabin catch up, and then we will continue our climb. 64 degrees in here, everything else is looking good. Now that we checked that circuit breaker's in. I can't believe we have a nav1 circuit breaker pop. You kidding me? I freaking love Black Square, dude. Alright. Did you ever encounter equipment failure on cargo flights? Yes, I sure did, man. I need some more coffee. I need some. Oh, let's go ahead. Sorry. Let's go ahead and turn our noise canceling on. Let's go back to full screen here. Let's get rid of the theme song. Let's have a cup of coffee, Chad. We need to improvise, adapt, and overcome these little errors. Alright, so we're correcting to the right here a little bit. Stay on the airway. Cabin is climbing. Temperature is 68 in here. It's beautiful. So the end goal cabin is supposed to be 3,500 feet. If we go to 15,000 or 14,000, right, we should be targeting about 3,500 foot cabin. And we're getting very close to that. So we're going to continue our climb very slowly here. We're going to go back to 14 vertical speed. Let's just do 300 feet per minute. Let's go 4. Well, it should be 500 because we're IFR, right? With that, I'm going to just juice the mixtures of hair because I pulled them back there for a kind of a econ as we cruised. Run the prop up back to 25. And we'll run our manifold pressure up 35 inches. Alright, so we're 35, 25, and we're climbing. Sync the prop up a little bit better than that. We're going to do 500 foot per minute climb. We're going to monitor the cabin closely. I can't figure out these winds up here. Ooh, that's loud. Sorry. Coffee with a shot of gin. Alright, 1,000 to level off. 71-degree cabin, perfect for digital Merc. Alright, flying the airplane, Mr. Magoo. This is going to be tough because we got to get the inbound or the radial going to Mustang. 17.9. Since we're in heading mode, let's see if we even pick it up Mustang yet. Yeah, see the cabin is, it's almost like we're out climbing our cabin. 17.9. We are picking up 17.9. So the inbound Victor 200 is 057 eastbound. 057 eastbound. We're not quite there yet. So let's go back to 122, back to 715.7. Just riding the line of our what if we just set you to 16? I need more pressure. I'm gonna set you to 16, pressure to 4,500, try to close that diff a little bit. It's right on the line, right on the line. That's all right. We're freight dogs. We can fly with it. The seal circuit breaker looks out to you? No, that's in. It'd be red. You see over here, see how nav is popped out? I think we just out-climbed it. That's all. We're almost there. We got 200 feet. We're riding the red line, baby. Riding the red line. Freight dogs represent. Ride the red line here. Why are we still climbing? Because we're going to 14,000. And the cabin is still climbing because I'm trying to get us up to 14,000. I'm trying to reduce the differential pressure. So the problem is that the cabin and the differential pressure are too far. The differential pressure is too much. See, it should be 19. So if I climb the cabin a little bit higher, we should bring the differential down. We're getting there. I have it up past 10. Put it 12 o'clock. It'll get there. We're still climbing. We're still climbing. See, the light is out. We're looking good, chat. We are looking good. All right, we're pretty much on the airway. So now we'll go ahead and bring our, we'll set a cruise power setting. Let's do, let's get there. Let's go 33, 24, 23. Let's do 30, 33, 23. And then we'll get our fuel flow set here. Prop is synced. We'll throw the prop sync on. 75 degrees in the cabin. Let's go ahead and close the defrost air a little bit. A little bit warm. We'll keep the heater running, but we'll just move the valves. All right. So we should probably throw this on because I see clouds, but that is going to be a stunning view as we go over the top of these mountains. So we need to figure out how far nav2 is so we can flip back over to our changeover point. Magoo from Red Bluff, if I have to look at Sky Vector, 1024, so that's 34 to Dora, 108. To Murgo, 24, 50, 24 and 34 is 58, plus 10 is 68. What's our current mileage? 44.8. We can always check it. And again, let's make sure we got the right inbound course. It's 241 outbound, so that's the 061 inbound. 061 inbound, so we have to check it this way. We're getting close. See, right now we're on the 07 radial from Mustang. We need to be 061. I'm going to leave it in heading mode, or I'm just going to leave this up because we're so close. We're pretty much at the changeover point right now. So we're just going to leave nav 1 as is. Taking a look at our cabin pressurization here one more time. Okay, you can see here the cabin has stopped climbing. We're in the green. We should pressure to 4,500 feet. We are pressured to 4,500 feet. Everything is normal. I think we just out-climbed it, honestly. I think we're just out-climbing our pressurization. Combine it with the nav failure I had, I was confused. So, getting ready to get rid of the lights. These are all up. But look at that view, freight dogs. Good morning. It's too perfect. It's an old girl. She shouldn't be able to pressurize at max PSI. Yeah, don't want to accidentally click the window. It'd be pretty hard to open that window right now. That is for sure. We may have to... we should be able to receive the radial here. You see how it's... The needles have actual physics, which is so awesome. Tap on the glass, make sure everything is working. I mean, that's a point. Maybe I should have made sure this needle wasn't stuck. It was cold. How's our fuel? Fuel is looking good. Let's do a lean rich of peak here. Need to go into lean find. Hold on. So I should have pre-leaned, huh? Alright. We got the flashing lights. It's basically 15. I remember 1550 or 1525 is like what we were supposed to. We always leaned to a temp. On a lot of the routes that we had, you always flew the same altitude, so it was pretty standard. We knew exactly where to lean to. That's 35, 38 aside. Let's go up to 50. And a lot of times, below 10, we always just leaned for a fuel flow. But at 14, we lean a little bit more. 1450 used on the Navajo? Maybe it was 1450 then Canadian. Oh, well, the Chieftain's a little bit different. Maybe 1525 on the Chieftain, 1450 on the Navajo. I have all those numbers somewhere in my documents. I should look for them. All right, 50 and almost there at 47, 48. Try to be a perfectionist here. Oh, there's our radial. See our radial's inbound, so now let's start turn 061. Close enough with the lean in the turn. Nabil, hey, I'm doing real life, my friend. This is real life. Guys, I am shocked at the amount of viewers here so early on a Barron stream. Please do hit the like button. We got 290 viewers, only 90 likes. Show Black Square some love. This is not for me. This is for Black Square. These incredible aircraft, one-man team. They're coming to a desktop sim very soon, tomorrow. So smash down the like button. I know I think the I-90 corridor journey should be a group flight. I gotta get a VPN though. But I think we should do that. I didn't have time for the I-90 corridor. I think that's a great thing to do. If you want to learn your specific, if you want to master one of the variants, whether it's a Bonanza or the Barron, take it on the I-90 corridor, east to west. You get some tailwind. Navigate icing levels, navigate the weather. It's going to be awesome. All right, we're going to set up just a hair here for an intercept. If I come over to my panel, pressure altitude 13.8, flight time -4, so we're definitely in the icing range if we were to fly into IMC. Got a little bit chilly here, so we'll increase that. I'm just going to increase the pilot air so it's not as fast. $17.8, 18.3 gallons per hour. It's pretty good. Props are synced. All right, so we're tracking inbound now at 14,000 feet. Are there failures for differential pressure? Yes, there are. Rothgar the Viking, absolutely there are. Dougal McTavish, good morning, my friend. I'm real quick. I'm going to check the manual for the pressurized Barron here, guys. I want to see if it's mentioned about the pressurization. I'm going to pull up the Barron Professional Manual. And I'm going to look for pressurization real quick while you enjoy the sunrise. If I find it, I will share my screen. But this is just an amazing view right here. Alright, let me search for pressurizaciones. I have a feeling we literally, there's nothing wrong. I think we just out-climbed. Okay, cabin pressurization system. I'll share my screen with you guys. Try to give you some sunrise. There we go. How about that view? Oh goodness me. Okay, real life, Nabil. Real life, Nabil. You're cooking. Hey, Nabil, if you need a preview, I think you should have a preview editor. I can be an editor previewer for you. So, just send me something my way. Let me take a look at what you've been cooking. All right, cabin pressurization systems connected via several switches and push buttons on the co-pilot. That was really loud.
Which aircraft between all 5 variants is your favorite?
Oh, 6
Most
variants.
Most of you with early access, others saying this is the best GA aircraft. but that has been said about the Duke and others. It may be that they keep getting better.
They're just the Duke is. They're all the best. So Duke, Barron, Bonanza, they are the best. Period. Full stop. Hands down. Throw the TBM in there as well. They're all the best. This just we're elevating the Barron. So up until now, thank you for the bank angle check, Fred. Appreciate you. Up until now, this Barron only was panel mod for 2020. It wasn't an official like standalone aircraft. So now you have the Barron Professional and the Bonanza Professional, which brings them to Duke standards. So they are all considered the best in my opinion. You just have to pick which one you like, you know. As far as GA though, the Black Square standalone aircraft, especially now in 2024, the competitors they aren't quite there. Now there are some things that the other competitors isn't the right word. Just like other manufacturers, like A2A is probably the most common one people want to compare. The A2A2, the A2A does some great things. It really does. I do really like the A2A panel consistent state. Like the whole panel is consistent. I do like that. So that has but when I look at the whole package, and then when I mean whole package, I mean everything that you get. So you get 3 variants. You get, unless you buy the bundle, you get 6 variants. You look at the texturing, the modeling, the sounds, the flight modeling, the systems modeling, and the failure simulation. You combine all that together. They're close. I mean, there are some other aircraft that punch above their weight in certain areas, but as a whole package, I just don't see how Black Square can't be on top of that list, man. It's just. They're incredible. They're incredible machines. These are machines. They really feel like you're flying a machine that you can really take it to work and accomplish a mission with. It's a living, breathing machine on the other end. So that's what I mean by the best. It's like it's bringing them up to those standards, Fred. All right, back to our pressurization here. So the small knob on the bottom left is cabin climb descent rate between 150 to 2,000 feet per minute. That's this one. Position approximately 1/3 of the knob is full rotation, blah, blah, blah. The larger centrally located knob, it controls the destination, cabin altitude. We did all that. Upper scale, we know that. So we know all that stuff. You guys know how this works, right? So this is your actual cabin vertical speed. The window here on the cabin controller, you have two sets of information. You have these top numbers, which is the altitude at which the cabin is going to pressurize at. So if you fly at 20,000 feet, as indicated here by the aircraft window altitudes, 20,000 feet, the cabin you're going to feel on your body like you're at 8,000 feet. So that's all this gauge is telling you. So you're going to set your aircraft flight level, and it tells you what you can expect on your cabin altitude. And if you look here, this is the pressurization gauge, and it will actually show you the actual pressurization is, in this case, 9,000 feet, and the differential pressure is 20, 19, 18, right? 18, 1.8, is it 1.8 psi? I can't remember the digits on this one here. But you have 3 gauges. They all work together. This is just how you set the pressurization target. This actually gives you the information of what's happening with your pressurization and the differential pressure. This gives you the information at how fast you are climbing or descending in the cabin. Not the aircraft per se, but the cabin altitude is climbing and descending. That's what this is basically. That's what this is going to say. Increased by 3.9 psi. Now let me see if there's some limitations here for the Barron. If the aircraft continues climbing without an adjustment being made of the pressurization controller, the cabin altitude would begin climbing at the desired 8,000 feet. If cabin pressure differential becomes negative or increases beyond 3.9 psi, the electric pump dump valve will activate, rapidly dropping the pressure differential. The electric dump valve can be disabled by pulling the cabin press circuit breaker. We saw that it is in. The right of the cabin pressurization controller are 2 push buttons. This is where, let's read this because this is where I kind of fumbled this up here. And 2 toggle switches related to pressurization control. The toggle switch has 2 positions, press and dump for cabin. Okay, when the cabin pressurization is desired, this switch should be placed in the press position. It is. Cabin pressure should always be dumped using this switch after landing. Okay, and before opening cabin doors or cockpit windows. Pressing the co-located test button will bypass the weight on wheel sensor, allowing the cabin to pressurize while on the ground. That's what we tested, right? I fumbled it. I had to press and hold it, but when you press and hold it, we noticed that the vertical speed went down because we were moving the pressurization down because we set field elevation 1,000 below. All right, so we tested it and it worked correctly. Now this one, door seal. Below another two-position toggle system, activate inflatable door seals, okay, which are required for pressurization operation. In the event of a primary door seal pressurization failure indicated by the red door seal, glare shield annunciator, door seals may be pressurized by either instrument air source supplied by the engines. To pressurize the door seals, in the event of a primary failure, leave the door seal mode in the press button and pull the door seal standby system lever on the pilot's sub panel away from the instrument. Press and hold the red standby push button on the door seal panel. Wow. So you have a backup way to inflate the door seals. Ours is working though. The standby acceptable pressure around 16 psi. If high altitude flight has continued, the door seal annunciator light will illuminate again as pressure slowly lost in the door seal system. Press the momentary push button again to reinflate the door seals. And consider descending to an altitude does not require pressurization. So you can even have a door seal failure here or leakage, right? Here's the door seal standby system. Note, as the Barron pressurization system derives its pressure from the aircraft's two turbochargers, the maximum obtainable inflow pressurization is dependent on the turbocharger RPM. Just as the intake manifold pressure. If the throttles are reduced while operating at very high pressure altitudes, turbocharger RPM may no longer be sufficient to sustain the pressurization. Okay? Check valves will prevent rapid depressurization of the cabin, but leaks in the system will allow pressurized air to escape that cannot be replaced. This will likely be accompanied by a more severe than expected reduction in engine performance for the amount of throttle adjustment. Okay, so we got to keep an eye on that as we descend. Now we're not at super high altitude. We're just cruising along. Oh, we got a to from flag here. No, it's a glide slope. We're tracking. We're still on course, so we'd have to keep an eye on that if we start operating at high altitudes, though. Okay. We didn't break anything. I think we just out climbed the cabin. Mustang VOR, and then we got to find Reno. So how are we going to find Reno? How far are we from Mustang? Let's take a look at our DME. We're 40 miles out. Let's see if there's any approach charts we can find here. Let's go flight planner, Reno, info, manuals, approaches, airport. Let's see what the weather's doing. Ooh, it's calm this morning. Alright, so weather is calm. Let's land. What gives us a good approach? Where's SWR? We could join SWR VOR. Let's do that. Let's go direct to Palisades. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Palisades at 13.2. And that'll give us a feeder route to the ILS. Since we're down a nav radio. Are we going to pick up Palisades? We are. So let's go direct right now. It shouldn't be that far off of our course. Yeah, we're only 16 miles away. It's a hard right turn. That's all right. All right, 140 on the heading, 90 degrees right, instead of flying over the top of the airport. Plus, it's a little more scenic. Look at that. I was going to say that looked pretty good for Delta P and the Barron back when I used to fly them. Worked beautifully between 12 and 20, but yeah, you'd have to watch your diff. Yeah, Aussie Aircraft, I think that's all. I think that's what happened, man. Ooh, we're going to see, this is Reno, man. It's a beautiful morning, and you start coming in over these mountains, we're going to start getting rocked around. All right, so I'm going to set up a direct to Palisades. 150, keep coming right. All right, and we're going to track outbound 071. So I have this set to 071, just to give me an idea when we get there. We're only 14 miles from it. And then that'll set us up for a feeder route at 11.5 to join the localizer northbound, which will be 1099. We don't need Mustang anymore, so let's just put 1099 in the active. We're getting a vector for traffic because Southwest has a departure window here this morning. They got to keep the freight dogs away. Got to let Southwest get out. FMG VOR, we took off from Reading, Key 6. What's going on, my man? We left Key 6 this morning. Or we left Key 6. We left Reading this morning, where we left off in our last stream. We tried to do pretty much a night departure, but fumbled around a little bit on the ground. Now we're flying up to Reno. Now, the route back, you go Reno back to Hayward to complete our flight. For the route back, do we want to continue in a Barron, or do we want to take a turbine Bonanza? It's only 10:45, so we've got to complete our freight run. We went all the way to Ukiah, to Reading, to Reno. We got to go home base at Hayward. So, what are we going to take? We're going to take a Bonanza turbine, Bonanza TC, Barron P, which is the pressurized one. With a faulty nav radio. Or we could take a Barron, just a regular Barron 58. All right, 6 miles from the VOR. I'm going to start stage cooling. We're 33. Let's come right back to 30. Come back to 30 inches. We're going to turn the prop sync off. I'm going to go ahead and get the ET on. I'd love to ask Nick what his opinion is on stage cooling. The arguments continue to go back and forth online when I look at all the forums. But our SOP was to stage cool. So, but I know there's controversy. There's a lot of controversy on if you should stage cool or not. I look at it as like, look, if I had this airplane, if it was my airplane, I would do everything as gently and as conservative as possible to save money. So, even if somebody on Reddit didn't believe that stage cooling helps or not, if I had my own airplane, I would probably stage cool every time. We should take a Piper Lance with peeling paint if you want ultra realistic 1998 Ameriflight ops. We have, I don't think we have a Lance anywhere, do we? Key 6 in the sim? All right, so we are 2 miles. We're going over the cone of confusion. It's going to be a sharp right turn, 071. So let's go ahead and start the turn in heading mode. I'm trickling down to 11.5. Controversy, yeah, you like that, Mickey G? Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the lake. All right, we're going to spin our OBS 2 to 071. And let's see, Reno touchdown is 44:10. So let's come down here. We got to set our aircraft altitude. It's going to be right about there. Or no, aircraft altitude. That's too fast on the rate. No, we got to set 4,000. Hold on. Have to check. What are we supposed to set it at as we descend? All right, come back to the left. We got 23 miles on this one. I'll just set 11.5 for right now. We'll set aircraft altitude. It's going to be 11. 5, which we won't really need any pressurization, which will be sea level cabin. All right, cool. So we're essentially slowly gonna be dumping the cabin here. Someone have to done the math on thermal expansion, contraction, shock on the cylinders in this engine. Yeah, Stephen. You should go up to Medford. Oh yeah. Well, Nick Oatmeal, we're kind of just flying the old freight routes right now. That's why we've done real world freight route here. I used to fly. Is that a boat down there in the lake? There's boat traffic in the lake today. That's pretty cool. What is that? It's like, is that? Yeah, that's actually boat traffic down there. That's cool. Why is our cabin diff light on again? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong with that. Now I'm confused. Let's back off. But aircraft altitude 11.5, we should be able to depressurize slowly here. Alright, we're 13 miles out. It's going to be 23.3 till we intercept said loc. 1099 AGY localizer inbound. It'll be a visual approach this morning. We go ahead and bring back another couple inches of manifold, 28, 27-ish. Reno is one place I can happily say I haven't been yet. Really? Dude, Reno's beautiful to fly out to. Wouldn't want to stay there. What kind of cargo ran these routes with Barron? All kinds of stuff, man. From bank checks to human specimens to mail. Barron's definitely ran freight. P. Barron's probably not as much. Mickey G, what's up, my man? It's like cabin spiked up there a little bit, but we're back. The light's back off. Yeah, just freight dog things. That's all it is, guys. Just freight dog things. All right, inbound from Waggy. Technically, or no, Apami is at 10.5. So once we hit that inbound, we can start trickling down. It's probably a good reason we're on the approach. I think Reno's right over here, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to be starting the turn here real soon. There's 2 minutes. Come back 25. No, it doesn't. It's not stuck. It's just we're just riding the. See, it'll spike up, and then that must be the safety valve. That's like a safety valve, I bet, working. I should watch it. Next time we get the light, I'm gonna pull up the EFB. Then we'll be able to we'll visualize what's happening. All right, we got to turn left. Final approach course is gonna be 347. We'll flip you over. turn over on the low outside air temp. Just all we need is icing. Vertical speed. Yeah, look, the safety valve, the outflow valve moved. Did you catch that? I saw it move. That's pretty cool. How long we're at? 3 minutes. Let's go back another 2. Getting close to being stage cooled. We're going to hand fly this in. Hold on, I need a schedule notification. Ooh, the 28th. Ooh. All right. Autopilot's coming off. I'm going to hand fly it in now. Let's get on the loc. It's going to be up there. Mixtures are coming up. Props are fine. Let's come back now to 18-ish inches. You can see we're a little bit high on the slope. We're definitely right, of course, but I can kind of see where we're going now. Let's see, at 15 miles out, we can be as low as 9.4. We're catching up to it. Let's turn our headsets off. As we go through 10,000 feet, landing lights, taxi lights are all coming on. Look at this beautiful morning. Final approach fix is 68, but the runway's in sight, so we'll just set 6,800 feet. The runway's in sight. We're still 13 miles out, plenty of time. Just pull down to 1,500. Still kind of loud, isn't it? There we go. Alright, runway's in sight. We'll turn the flight director off. I don't need you. Real world technique here, so we're actually going to turn the heater off. But we got to run the blower on high for at least a minute. Or maybe it was 2 minutes. So we'd always shut the heater off on final. That way when we get on the ground, we don't have to think about it. We just shut down. Because if you forget and you got the heater running when you're taxiing in, then you got to sit there on the ramp. That was just part of our SOP for do with like heat dissipation, because like even though the heater's off, it's still hot in here, right? So it still run the fan. Maybe just the vent blower. I don't think you actually need the heater fan, because the heater fan is off, right? Yeah, the heater fan is off. The heater blower's off, but you just run the vent blower. Magic Barrel ref update, that checks. Oh wow, look at that. Landing before the sun is up completely. Start trimming her out. Let's do a recording on this one. Recording is on. Flying into Reno, you got Southwest holding short, so we're going to keep our speed up as long as possible here. As long as we're below the gear speed, we'll take it all the way up to about 5 miles, and then we'll throw the gear. But hang in there right around 150 knots here if we can. Engines are stayed cooled. We're below 20 inches of manifold, so we're good to go there. We're on a visual approach, so mixtures will stay, or excuse me, the props will stay where they're set. We're not going to move those forward. And we're going to keep coming in as fast as we can here. Look at that wing view. Beautiful. Try to ride in a little bit low on the slope too, that way we can really slow down quickly. Trims out so nice, man. The force feedback with these airplanes is just next level. Next level. Okay, here we go. Throwing the gear. Power's coming back. Now we're going to trim it up. See, we'll climb, not climb, but just kind of shallow your descent rate out here to get back on the slope. Into the white arc, flaps approach. And look at that, we're slowing down beautifully. We'll try to maintain 110 here for a little bit longer. Remember, it's all about Southwest here. You got to make sure you're not in their way. All right, final checks. Gear is down. Mixtures are set. Props are set. We got one more notch of flaps to go. We'll take it in here right about now. Let's go ahead and go full flaps. Start bringing it back to about 90 knots. Verify we got 3 green lights. We do. Now we want to go to the end on this one as well. So we're gonna float it out. Remember, we're freight dogs. We're not gonna hit the 1,000 footers here. We want to float this one out. Long landing approved. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All right, now let's go ahead and start bringing it back. Oh, beautiful. Props full forward. Don't even touch the brakes. Let it roll. Let's go ahead and turn our headsets off so we can hear the juice. Keep it rolling. We're not going to take this one. We want to go to the next one. This is why you land long here. And flight 202 Southwest is holding short. Expedite exiting the runway, please. Keep it going. Keep it going. The flaps will come up here. Don't change configuration on the runway. Bring our mixtures back to half. So we are going to be at, 4,000 feet. All right, a little bit of back pressure, a little bit of brakes. We'll take it off here at the end, to the right. And flight 202, cross 34 right, taxi ramp today. Alright, so we'll cross the right. And then we're going to go in. Oh, maybe I went one too long. No, we're going to park right over here. Clear left, clear right. We're going to taxi the ramp. We no longer need the vent blower. See, that's why we do that. That's good. Flaps are up. Let's go ahead and go dump and release the door seals. And then we can open this. This will also make sure you are dumped. That's coming off. We're going to go park over here on the ramp. Let's go ahead and kill the avionics. Panel, taxi, that's off. Strobes off. I swear this used to be connected. We need to go a little further. I thought this was connected. Back in my day. We're going to go right here. And then we'll just turn to the right. All right, beautiful. Brakes are set. Do a quick look at everything here. That is all off, 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 off. Let's go ahead and that's closed, closed, closed. Cow flaps open. 1,000 RPM, bring it up a little bit. Close it. Beautiful. Let's go right magneto, left magneto, alternators 1, 2, battery switch. Pop the door. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I just realized something. I was thinking we were in the Bonanza. The Barron door's on this side. Earlier, when I did our little pre-flight, I was like, why is there no door over here? It's because I was from the wrong airplane. It's on this side. All right. Captain Sim, thanks for the $2 super chat. No Beyond Meats. No Beyond Meat ATC today. So thanks, man. I started with Beyond ATC, then I canned it because they wanted me to go to Bravo, and I didn't want to go down there and get a new departure clearance. So, we don't have to trouble. Let's see. Let's pull out our EFB here. Why is our nav? Let me try something real quick. Options. Let's get the external power on. Now it works. Chat. So did we self-induce that somehow? Did I maybe accidentally click it? Our radio works fine now. Maybe I inadvertently tripped the breaker while I was messing with this button. You know what? I bet that's what it was. I bet you that's what it was. My goodness. But see, another reason why Black Square is just awesome. Because it's, you know, I misclicked and I should have verified the breaker. I think I am the failure, Mickey G. I think I am. All right, let's see what the replay looked like. So for replay, I'm trying, if you use flight replay like I use, or the, what is it, FS recorder. I think the best way to replay your Barron is this. So you close all your stuff up, turn your battery on so you can see things, turn your mags on to both. Nope, not to start. Turn them on to both. Put your mixtures up. That way, when you go into replay mode, flight recorder, that's what it is, thank you. Yep, then everything works just fine. So just get your batteries up, get your mixtures up, and then, I mean, I guess you could turn the alternator on if you want to. Get rid of the red lights, but, yep, and then it works flawlessly. All right, let's see how our landing was. When does this release? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I expect to see the skies filled with Barrons and Bonanzas. Oh yeah, just keep that power in there. Keep that power in there. Hold it. Hold it. Could have floated it even longer. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, beautiful. A beautiful little kiss. What I want to do is I want to put the camera at the fence line. Watch this. Let the turbo spool up. This is going to be a sweet replay. Watch this. We're going to reset. Let's see if we can hear this pretty good. Can't decide which to fly first. I bet I'm not the only one with that problem. I know, man. I don't know which one I love, dude. I don't know which one I love the most. So the vote is right now for our return leg. You guys want to see the turbine? Oh, listen to this. That is epic. That is epic. Chris PT6, my man, what's up? Well, since Chris PT6 is here, we got to use the PT6 going back. We got to use it going back. PT6 it is. Dougal, you love twins. It's got to be the Barron. But Dougal, have you seen the Bonanza turbine? Have you seen the Bonanza turbine? Listen to those turbochargers spooling down. Oh my gosh. chef's kiss, nice pitch attitude. Don't even touch the brakes, just let it roll, baby. I mean, let's do one more flyover, because that just sounded too good. The flyover view just sounded too good. Hold on. Let's do one more flyover. And let's make it a little more juicy lighting. Let's do like a blue hour early morning. We'll simulate that it's late December so that it's darker earlier. I can't really see it. Hold on. But you'll be able to hear it. It sounds all the way up. I mean, that's real life. That's 100% real life. All right. All right, chat. So, turbine into Palm Springs, says Dougal. So I was going to go back to home base. Let me sky vector look at it real quick. Let me see where we are here, sky vector ways. But I guess since Amerifly never had turbine bonanzas, we don't have to go back to home base. Ooh, Palm Springs is 500 miles. We're not doing that, Dougal. Let's take the turbine. Well, I mean, it's going to be kind of a long flight. I mean, I think we just go into Hayward. It's going to be 167 miles. Let's take it back into Hayward. Oh, listen to the idling. MFR. Reno to MFR. Where's MFR? MFR is Rogue Valley. Reno to MFR. We could do that. You want to do that? Let's go MFR, because I've heard MFR is pretty good. Medford, Oregon. I've heard Medford, Oregon is pretty scenic. So let's do it. And it's a quick flight, 115 on the miles. Alright, so I'm just going to stop the replay and just reset all this. Cool. Alright, let's end this. Turbine it is. Turbine it is. Oh, there's a scenery for it? Ain't nobody got time for scenery in 2024. Let's go see what it looks like. Default. Bonanza. So we've flown the TC and the turbine. We never technically flew the A36, the non-turbocharged. But Chris PT6 is here, so we gotta do him a favor. What livery are we gonna be rocking today as well? So we have to reboot the sim. The sim is lagging. I'm gonna reboot the sim. Let's go ahead and reboot real quick. We'll do a quick rebooting. Just watched your F-28 from Whitehorse to Petersburg last night. I used to live in Petersburg. Flew there on the 734 Combis many times. Very cool, RP. Very cool, man. Do the tail numbers work? I believe they do, Peter. Sim Update 4, though, it does not. I think you still have a bug with Sim Update 4 dynamic tail numbers. I think that is still bugged. Hold on, I'm rebooting it right now. That's closed, and here we go. Relaunching. Oh, look. I don't always stream to 290 people, but when I do, it's a black screen. I don't know why you can't see the splash screen when it first boots up. Just so you know I'm still here. I'll put this cam on. Vodka's back. What's going on, buddy? There's a turbine twin. No, there's a turbocharged twin. Turbocharged twin. There's a turbocharged twin, turbocharged pressurized twin, which is what we flew today. And then there's just the straight twin with no turbocharger, which we flew on day 1. So we've flown all of the Barrons. Is this a black square ad? My square is a black square. That's funny. I'm very interested in how the Barron stacks up against the A2A Aerostar. Try it out, Peter. I mean, listen. It's just like when people want to talk about X-Plane versus Microsoft. Fly what you want to fly, but you got to try it. Because I've seen a lot of people in the chat, and look, I don't have skin in the game either way. I think they're both great products. I personally lean towards Black Square just because I feel like it's a more immersive product, but it doesn't mean A2A is not good. I actually would like to do some Aerostar flying because, I mean, we got a whole channel themed to Barry Seal. So it's just the last time I flew the Aerostar, and I did some pattern work after the version 1 release came out. I said at the last stream, my biggest gripe so far is just the sound still. Like it just feels hollow. I don't know how else to explain it. But everything else, I mean, the cockpit looks really good. It looks so much better than when it first was in pre-alpha, which is obviously to be expected. But yeah, because when it first released early access, I was like, they got a lot of work to do. But they cleaned it up real nice. All right, black square turbine. Let's configure. What livery we taking? What livery? So we have option A. 606. Wait, no, we're 606. There we go. Option A, 606. Option B, 309. It kind of looks like our old Duke livery. And then 2585 Delta, which we flew before. I really like this, but the Cowboys colors and the Cowboys didn't do very good. So it's between these two. Too much white, I think. I think this is the option we need to view right here. Yep, Bo, they come out tomorrow, man. They come out tomorrow. All right. We're going to blast off at a Reno. Or no. Yeah, Reno. Actually, what's the little, what's the scenic airport just out of here? Truckee? Let's blast off at a Truckee. And we're going to make a short taxi. So let's go ramp 183. And we're going to be live. We'll do all players, live players. Since we'll be off beyond ATC. And we'll just start here. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the massive control tower. We gotta set the sim time back to what time we landed, though. The sim time we landed was... I think we landed at like 8. We'll call it 7:30-ish. Ooh, look at this panel. Real quick, let me configure. We'll rock the 530 and KX155 on this one. Do we want winglets or not? So, no winglets. Winglets. Wish.com. Bonanza. I don't like it. I think we gotta go. I think we gotta go without winglets, man. It looks too much like a TBM. Looks too much like a TBM. Winglets off. Alright. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. We'll get the doors open. We'll pull the static wick. One of my favorite parts. We'll spin our prop around, make sure the prop is in good working order. Oops. Which it is. You know, fling the blades around. Don't need any chocks. Let's go. Let's connect the yoke. That's important. And I need to close the MD80 app. I don't know why that always launches. Alright. Change my yoke profile to my Bonanza profile. Alright, here we go. Open the window, because yes. Close that, because yes. Let's see, we've got throttles. We've got prop lever. Can hide that prop lever, and that's our mixture lever. So I gotta reduce my hardware. Alright, we're back at it. So, let's load up this airplane. Let's go payload. Let's go ahead and fill it up, man. Let's. We need a little bit more gas. It burns 3x the gas. So we're going to take 40 gallons aside, but we're going to drop some weight here. We're going to go 210, 220 up front. And let's move these people forward. There we go. It moves our CG much better. That looks good. So we've got 2 hours of fuel. Remember, this thing burns 3x the fuel of the regular Bonanza, which is insanity. That's a PT6, though, so it makes sense. We are 3,600. We want to be max weight because it's fun to fly this thing at max weight, man. Let's fly this thing at max weight. That's at 3,900 pounds. Let's go. Let's fill it up. 5 passengers. 3,951. All right, 3,991. Max is 4,000 pounds. So keep in mind, we are at maximum weight. Make sure our failures are set to 5x. They are. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Bigger tank, same tanks, Dougal. Same tanks, 3x the fuel burn. Same tanks, 3x the fuel burn. Isn't that crazy? Let's close this door. And we're just going to go direct to MFR with our GPS once we get fired up. So I'm going to turn, let's run through a little flow. So fuel selector is on. This is in, that's beta, that's idle, forward, and cutoff. All right, that looks good. Let's hide this. Oxygen system is off. Let's go battery switch on, nav light, beacon light. No boost pump required for start. Voltage. What's this cool? EGM. Alright. What we need to do is open the ice door. Oil door, pull closed, so push on. Actually, the ice door should be off, right? I feel like the ice door should be off for start, for ITT temps. Alright, here we go. Shh. rotation. %, minimum fuel. $7.99 on the ITT, still below the start limit of $10.90. ITT's rolling back, coming through 45% NG, starter off. Engine stabilized, ignition off, generator on. Avionics master switch. We're getting her booted up. Listen to that. Love that sound cone. Magic barrel ref will reset that. We're gonna cruise up. Let's rip it up to a pressurized. We'll go 16.5, 17.5. Not sure exactly which direction of flight we're going. We'll squawk 2,000. Squawking 2,000 on altitude. Transponders in standby. Flight plan. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in here real quick. Truckee, TRK, and we're going up to Medford, KMFR, enter, flight plan. We got to get our GPS position. While that gets booted up, let's look at here on the Flight Planner app. TRK, MFR, Rogue Valley. Looks like we're going to be going slightly west. West is even, so we'll go 16.5. Let's take a look at the airspace we got to deal with here. Do all PT6s still dual temp peak on startup? No, they don't all do it. Actually, yes, they. I don't want to say all. The ones I've flown always had had two start limit, had a start ITT and then a normal ITT limit. I don't want to say all of them because I haven't flown all of them. There's millions of them. Well, not millions, but you know what I mean. But the ones that I've flown always had a start ITT and then a regular ITT limit. TRK, add to route, destination, MFR, or MFR, add to route, there we go. Let's hide you. Let's see what we're dealing with here. What kind of airspace is this? Can we go through that? I don't think so. Are the MOAs hot today, Wingnet? To keep us east of the MOA, let's put in Susanville, which is going to be SVE in our flight plan. Let's see if we can modify that. Nope, clear. SVE? What's the identifier? No, that's Sweden. What's this VOR right here? No, what's the what is that VFR, IFR low? AHC. Let's try AHC. Amidi. We'll add that to the route. That should keep us add to route. Close enough. Yep, that should keep us out of that MOA airspace. Alright. Cool. Flight plan looks good. I'll throw you back on the VFR We're sitting here burning gas. Let's get out of here. All right, we're squawking 2000. Magic Barrel ref is done. Taxi lights are coming on. Let's run over to the run-up pad. Alright, 16.5 is set. I don't have my beta annunciator on, but man, I could just hear it. I'm gonna throw it on just for situational awareness. Alright, park brake is set. Alright, let's go ahead and do a quick little run up here. We're going to run this up. 1700. Cycle. Or is it 1900 for cycling? I'm thinking Barron numbers. There we go. Alright, that cycle boots are... Let's see, where's the boots? There we go. Let's go manual prop. No boots. We're not in boots. Pitot heat, that works. Prop amps. Instrument air is in the green. We would actually check the standby, right? But we're going to skip that. All right, everything's fine. And we aren't pressurized, but we're going to run the oxygen. Oh, we never refilled? Or did we? We never got oxygen. We need to refill our oxygen from our last flight. Hold on. They forgot to put in the new oxygen tank. Refill oxygen, please. It's 31 degrees. It is. It's cold, man. What's up with it? Why is it 31 in here? It's chilly. I'm waiting for our oxygen to be refilled. And then we're going to blast off. So let's go cabin heat, pool cabin heat, P3 open. To keep the AC blower, we'll turn the vent blower on. Try to warm it up for you. There you go. We're warming up. All right, oxygen's almost filled. And then we're going. I'm flying these airplanes back to back tonight. I'm starting to get them all cross confused. Yeah, it's prop lever 2000, governor test, prop to 15, and then generator test. Ice deflector door, we don't need to worry about that right now because it's not a cloud in the sky. So We're good. We're heating up, though. Okay, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Fuel tank fullest. We are going to go right tank. Hold on. Right tank. All right, let's go. All right, runway 02, that checks. CDI is in GPS mode, and direct track, what we're looking for is about 347 out of here. Right about there. All right, here we go. Yogas. Let's not have an exceedance on our engine this time. Release the brakes, nice and smooth. Oh, our prop governor is not working very good. Oh, no, we just over torqued it, chat. Shit. I was looking at the prop. Two flights, two exceedances, positive rate, gear up. Our governor is not working very good. 100 knots. Pitch it for 100. All right, we'll lower the nose. 120-ish. Start making a left turn to join where we want to go. I need a little bit of aileron trim. That direction. Right, I'm gonna bring the prop back, 21. Let's keep pitching up here. We gotta climb, baby, climb. We got performance, let's climb. 80 degrees in the cabin already. Is that warm enough for you? Look at this, maximum gross weight, guys. 3,000 feet a minute, 125 knots. Torque is set, ITT is set, 675. $658 on the ITT. That's the one that's a little hot. All right, 658 on the ITT, 659. I'm gonna watch that, so we're gonna become limited next. Put our headsets on because it's getting a little bit loud. If I had $1 for every, if I had $1 super chat for every PT6 big stream smoked, I'd have $5. It's happened 5 times. I mean, listen, the prop governor, really? I mean, it was at the red line. I mean, it wasn't over. Come on. Now, the torque, that was on me. Just barely. Just barely. Does it even count if it's just barely? No one has to know. How much do we need to donate if you want to get his HQ thermostat linked to the cabin temp? That would be pretty sweet. All right, I'm going to redirect enter us here. 346. That's about right. Keep climbing. We're already at a 12,000. What is the VFR non-135 operation oxygen rule? Is it 12.5 for 30 minutes? You need to turn it on. There may be a higher allowed transient NP. That's right, Will. Chris PT6. Do you think I damaged the engine? I think it was just transient, right? He's a professional PT6 driver. Still doing 2,000 feet a minute out of 13,000 feet. So technically, we don't have to turn the oxygen on for 30 minutes, right? So we can start the chrono. But we're going to turn it on here when we get to cruise anyway. T6 was 100% with 103 transient allowed, but still, T-Move pilot. Oh, dude, I didn't exceed it then. We were like on the line. Look, engine condition, 100%. You are all T-Moves. Yeah, see? Chris says you didn't leave it there long enough to be damaged. See? When the Gulfstream driver speaks, I listen. A little bit of a crosswind we're dealing with here, so I'm going to set up an intercept heading of about 330. We're at a 14.5 for 16.5 now, still doing 120. Look at the temps are getting a little bit hot now. We're at 670, so let's lower the nose. I'm going to go for 1,000 feet, 1,000 feet per minute climb for our last 1,000 feet here. Torque is at 1,100. I could bump it, but I'm going to leave it since we're right at 670 ITT now. Oil cooler, we should open that for climb. That should have been on for climb. Put on your SPO2 sensor. We have it actually it's modeled. I'm pretty sure it's modeled. I know it's in the Barron. All right, 1,000 feet to go. But we can check here by cabin temps. Our pulse ox, we're looking good, man. Pulse ox, we're looking good. It's getting cooler, though, so let's get a little bit more heat on. We'll open these up just a crack. That's where I miss the Dukes, is the auto. Man, I need a little bit of... You need a little bit of trim here with the... I think this trim knob is backwards. I might have to ask Black Square on that one. I feel like the rotation is correct, but the airplane rolls the opposite direction that I would expect it to roll with aileron trim. All right, we're going to level off here at 16.5. NOAA aircraft left the storm early after experiencing several turbulence in the eye wall. Severe turbulence in the eye wall? Really, Andre? So that's what we're going to be doing next. We're going to be flying a Caribbean evac flight to Jamaica. All right, we're leveled off here. Get her trimmed out. Let's go ahead and start bringing that torque back because we're going to be screaming. Definitely over speed easily here. Torque is coming back. Let's go ahead and engage heading out, autopilot engage, and nav, since we're pretty much on the line. She's going to go get it. I should have done an altimeter update. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of altimeter update. Now we'll go capture 16.5. Let's go ahead and rung that prop back. Let's come back to 1900. Oh my gosh, the sounds are insane. I am falling in so much love with this turbine Bonanza. Like, what? Why? I've got the TBM, I've got turbine Dukes, but the turbine Bonanza, there's something about it, y'all. Special. All right, 16.5, we're leveling here. 635 ITT, that's good for continuous. Torque is set 900. Fuel flows are looking good. It's probably getting close to switch tank time. Why did I have this chrono running? Oh, that was for the oxygen. Let's go ahead and turn the oxygen on now. Oxygen is coming on. We're going to start burning. So if you didn't catch this on the last stream, the rate at which the oxygen burns, or the rate at which you use the oxygen in the Black Square aircraft, it's dependent on not only the pressure altitude of the airplane, not only the amount of passengers that you have configured in your airplane, but at the weight of said passengers. So we've got a lot of weight in the airplane right now. We're probably going to start burning this a little bit quicker than anticipated. We'll save some backup lighting here. I think these spawn auto on. I'll leave engine avionics on. Ooh, the sub-panel lighting? I like that. Let's leave sub-panel lighting on. Get those down because we're right in the sun. Man, this is where you need the donut picture, although it's a different area. This is the perfect sunlight, though, for the donut shot. You guys remember the donut shot? Where's the donut shot? Right there. That's the lighting you need to compare. Except we're in the wrong airplane now. Well, look at that ADI. Look at the three-dimensional, like the shadowing of the ADI. I absolutely love it. Black square. Chieftain when? So awesome. So incredibly awesome. It's getting a little bit cold. So let's go cabin visualizer. Let's take a look at this heating system here again. So we've got the heat exchanger. We need the heat, P3 heat, right? So I'm trying to find the valve. There it is. So here's the P3 up here. If we open this, that's going to allow hot air to get up here. Now the heat exchanger, cabin heat right here. So we open this valve. You see how it's opening? And then this is the firewall shutoff valve, which would be here in case a fire pulled to close. So you would block. So if there was a fire in here and you don't want to get carbon dioxide into the cabin, so you pull this valve. You see that? See how it's going to rotate? I don't want to close it all the way. But that will completely isolate the cabin from that, which is cool. So I'm going to open this all the way. I got to see how fast this warms. So we're at 49. So the defrosters are off. If you pull the defrosters on, you'll warm rapidly. Watch this. You'll really get the heat in here because now we've got all the vents open. Aft cabin is cracked slightly. Where's the aft cabin vent? I wonder if that's in the back somewhere. That's a good question. Where is the aft cabin? Oh, right here. So we do have control of it. So the aft cabin, you can open up these valves. Black square rinky dink C90 when? Mickey G. Now that would be awesome too. I'm all for a C90. Let's go a little bit faster. If you're not clacking, you're slacking. Let's go 1,000 torque. Temp 652. We're looking good. So we're warming up rapidly here. All right. You can hear the hissing of the oxygen just ever so slightly. I love it. Fuel, 15 gallon in balance maximum. We're getting close, so let's go ahead and switch the fuel tanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the pump 1 on. Pump 1 is on. We're going to switch to left tank. All right, left tank, pump 1 off. Verify fuel pressure holding. And now we'll go chrono on. So now we are left tank. I missed the full flap PowerPoints. I know, Sandman. Full flap had some great PowerPoint streams. I feel like we could do a great PT6 lesson on this thing here. Hold on, let's go outside. Watch your ears. Let me turn this sim down a little bit. I mean, this airplane is growing on me so much, guys. I mean, it's the TBM we have at home, but I love the TBM. Maybe we need to do a TBM stream just to see. I think, you know, performance-wise, as far as range and everything, the TBM is going to smoke the bonanza, but I don't know what it is. I like having airplanes that don't have a lot of range and are just kind of extreme because you have to work a little bit harder. If you want to go far, you got to manage your fuel burn. You got to manage your flight planning more. You know, when you have a really, really good airplane on paper that's got really good range, really good efficiency, really good performance, it's kind of boring because you just set it, forget it. You're going to make it. You can get as high as you need to go, and you're going to be plenty fast. Whereas you fly a turbine bonanza, you can't go very far because you burn so much fuel. You really got to watch the power because you can easily over-torque it, over-speed it. You're limited to your oxygen, portable oxygen cannulas, right? So that depends on your payload. So it gives you more to think about when you have an airplane that's a little bit more underperforming on paper. Yeah, Flight Sim guy, I'm with you there too. These turbine sounds blow the TBM out of the water. Yes, that's what we need. We need a Boris TBM sound pack. Maiden, what's up, man? You popped in 45 minutes ago. I appear to have a 50% reduction in engines. I know it. What time did I schedule the next stream? I might have to bump that to 1 o'clock. Let me take a look. Our 737 stream. I think we're going to bump that back. I got Wingnut blowing me up here in text. What are you saying, dude? Unless you have some respect. I'm live here. Wait, what are you complaining about? 2-stage start with 2 ITT peaks? I don't understand you. I'm silencing my phone. Stop texting me. You're banned. Yeah, we're delay with 2 A's. Hurricane Melissa stream was scheduled at 12:30. Yeah, we're going to bump that to... Let's bump it to 1:30 so I get a chance at getting some food. We're going to bump it to 1:30. Now, I was going to do one leg. I was going to go San Juan to Jamaica, but I'm thinking maybe we should go Jamaica, like leave Jamaica, do a turn somewhere. Like quickly, like just get them off the island, go Jamaica to Grand Cayman maybe and back. I think that's like 250 miles. Last weekend I had a flight around Swiss Alps and the Bonanza. Oh, okay, so Aviator Bird, I know there's a lot of cross-watchers with Captain Canada. He was flying Norwegian into an incredible airport yesterday. Or was it Swiss Air? I think he was flying Norwegian. I need to figure out what airport that was, because it was all like snowy and beautiful. But you gave me an idea. I want to do. We never kicked off our Euro tour. Life got in the way, but I want to do like a Temu Euro tour. I want to go to Switzerland, Norway. I want to fly Scandinavia. I want to fly SAS. I want to fly Scandinavian. We've never done any SAS flights, and I like their liveries a lot. So maybe we can do like it wouldn't even be Temu, but maybe like a Wish.com Euro tour where we just kind of stay up in that region. Because there's some really nice flying up there. And we didn't even do that on our first Euro tour. I think you were just looking at a reflection, Zach. I don't see any ice. We could take A340 Scandinavia. Douglas, can they... what about... where would the A340 fly to from, say, JFK? Would SAS bring an A340 from JFK to somewhere? That might be a good way to start off. Because if we're going to fly an Airbus, it's going to be the 340 right now, guys. Because I think I'm kind of just burnt out on CEO engines right now. We could take the A300. I won't make the Boeing stream. Zach. That's all right. You're going to be flying these tomorrow anyway, so no need for the Boeing. The reason I really want to do Boeing is because I got all my peripherals still, so I want to play with the FMC some more and the MCP. And maybe we'll just be at the hands of Beyond ATC. Let them vector us into the storm. JFK to Copenhagen. Ooh, that could be a good one. A Fokker F-28 with approach on Samdun? Possible. See, like all those airports, that whole area, I'm super unfamiliar with. You guys think I'm unfamiliar with Europe? You throw me up into that part of the world, I'm extremely unfamiliar. Flight sim guy, I know this wing view. Look at the clouds right now. Just stunning. We also should have done taxi landing or off anyway. Beacon strobe nav, panel lights on. This is a beautiful day to fly. It's just rock steady. Look at that. Are you going to be swapping to Boeing with the big move? That's TBD, KW94, TBD. I'll have more info on that soon. When I know for sure what's happening, I'm going to let you guys know. Don't worry. Members first, and then I'll make an announcement. Flown in and out of Bardufoss, Northern Norway, IRL a couple times for training. Train is epic. You got an ICAO for that, Dougal? Bardufoss. Made it. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce those. Akuri to Longyearbyen. Only reason I know Greenland is Iceland and Iceland is green is from Mighty Ducks. Andy B, me too, man. Speaking of Boeing, we should definitely fly the Boris 777RR into Melissa. Okay, does it work? Does the Windwing FMC? I don't. The 777 FMC is completely different, right? Can the FMC? Can my Boeing FMC and MCP work with the 777? If I can get them to work, maybe we'll do a 777 into Melissa. I know I watched Flight Deck to Sim use his MCP with the 777, but did he set that up like customize? How do you customize it? With Moby Flight. Okay. Turk, are you doing anything explosive today? Because I need Moby Flight tutorial. Look at this. I mean, 777s are fun, but look at this. Just thinking about flying a 777, I'm getting disappointed because this is just so incredible right now. I think, oh my gosh, I want to say this is my favorite Bonanza. But I really like the 836 turbo normalized too. I like them all. I don't know. I need to have 3 computers so I can run all 3 variants at the same time. Does this say for real? Does this say 1 hour en route? Chat, we're not going 1 hour. For real? Why is our ground speed so slow? We must be fighting a headwind. No, not really. Cabin's 94 degrees, though. You guys had me... Pool closed. Oil cooler pool closed. It's closed. AJ or Al says Moby Flight. There's a ton of profiles. All right. I don't know if we're gonna fly a full hour though up to where we're going. 100. I thought it said 117 miles. How did we get MFR, Medford, Oregon? Oh, I did it from Reading. Chat, that's a problem. And we took off from Truckee. All right, I'm going to look for... MFD? Wait, is it MFD? No, MFD is Mansfield. That's way far. Let's divert. Actually, we could trigger a failure that would cause us to divert. What would cause us to divert? A fuel leak. Cabin door latch, starter, flap, gear. Jeez, there's a lot of them. Ooh, you know, a vacuum system would be pretty... But then we got to fly... Let's do vacuum pump partial. So we're cruising along. What is a partial vacuum pump failure going to look like in this thing? You wouldn't actually know because instrument air, that will come on. Standby gyro. I think the standby gyro would work As a backup, you got redundancies on that. Let me see if I turn into heading here. Yeah, see, look at our attitude indicators doing weird things. Oh, we could go to EKE. Let's see how far that is. EKA. No, that's still far. It's 173 miles. Where are we over? Red Bluff. What's below us? What about this? Looks like a cool strip. 1 Oscar 6. Hold on. One Oscar 6. $33 minutes. That's too far. What about Rogers Field? Oscar 05. Direct Oscar 05. Perfect. Nav. But look at our gyros tumbling. So if I go standby gyro, is that going to fix the primary, or is that for the standby backup? Oh, did that mess up the autopilot? I think that messed up the autopilot. No vertical today, Joe. It'll be coming up next for the 7.3. Direct track 238. What else can we fail? Vacuum pump and engine surge. What does that do? Oh, look at the ITT spike, or the, whoa. So bring the torque back. Our engine is surging. What's the engine surge checklist? Bring the power back. Keep it in the green. Let's go ahead and start dropping down. Now we're going to fly into terrain up here. It's going to be a problem. $15 minutes, 30 miles out. Do a door seal failure too. Oh no, propeller governor. That would be that's a problem. The propeller governor runs away. I'm losing RPM, so prop is forward. I'm losing RPM in the prop, so we're at 1800. Torque is back for our engine surge. You can see it's still surging a little bit. Wow, look at our speed though. Hold on. But if you can't increase torque because it's surging like crazy. We're going to need to divert to 9 Charlie November. That's right below us. Direct, enter. It's right below us. We need to get down, chat. Autopilot's coming off. Well, if it's surging, let's get a boost pump on. Look at our gyro's tumbling. We've got our second gyro. We need to fly on a heading of about 229. So don't look at your, wow, I haven't done this in so long. It's so easy to look at there. You don't want to look there. I'll look here. We're going to circle above the field here. We're going to go ahead and bring the power back to idle. Just what I love doing is bombing through IMC. We don't need any more fuel. Just get our pitot heat on. Oh my gosh. IMC, the vacuum failure. Just looking to the right. I'm going to make a right turn here, so I'm looking at my PFD on the right. I'm going to do a 360 here as we're bombing down until I can see something. Or 100 knots. We're doing 2,000 feet a minute. Don't get yourself in a death spiral here. I like seeing blue. I know that's a lake, so there's no mountains on the blue part, but we need to get out of these clouds here. Yeah, I'm not worried about the cabin heat right now. You guys can freeze. You guys can freeze right now. So just hang tight, looking at my right attitude indicator and my airspeed. I'm starting to see some ground contact out there. That's good. There's the strip. We're right above the strip. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and stay visual. Was that the strip? Is that the strip right there? It's a dirt strip? Or is there another one? Right, we can see where we're going. I think that is it. I think it's a dirt strip. Right there. Any boys seen an aircraft carrier around here? That's got to be it, right? We've got an airport to our left. Let's turn the ice door on and we can protect our engine if we can. We've got a bigger airfield over here. I see a runway over here. Perfect. All right. Landing taxi lights are on. Keep coming down. Let's come back to idle. Below the gear speed, gear's coming down. We've got a strucken airplane here. All right, runway's in sight. Start trimming her out nice and easy here. Let's go flaps approach. Remember, our prop governor is not working either, so we got to keep an eye on that prop RPM. .30 degrees in here. Get that power in just a little bit, not too much. See how it's surging? You don't want to be surging over the red limit. So we're just going to hold it as is. Our props are way back. I'm not going to add any more flaps. Maintain 100 knots here. Status quo. Status quo with the props. We just want to make sure landing is assured, and then we're going to bring power to idle. Landing's assured. Start bringing the power back. Now we can go ahead and throw in full flaps. Come idle on the engine. There are no go-arounds, so just fly it down, hold it off. I'm just going to stay in beta. We're not going to get any more than that because I don't know the condition of our engine. The prop is in the yellow band, which is never a good thing here. All right, we're down and safe. That was definitely a shorter flight than anticipated, but I mean, that was kind of exciting, seeing our busted gyro system. Should have never left without another engine, exactly. Torques are stabilized. Doesn't look like she's surging very much. Everything seems to be okay. We'll take it into the ramp here and shut her down. That's actually where we park over there, huh? Avionics master switch to come off. Ghost Rider in. Love it. Oh man, I used to be really good at ghost riding the allegedly airplane. All right, brake set. Panel light, beacon, nav, idle cutoff. That's feathered. That looks good. We've got a busted ship. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Get out of here. Not our failures there. Engine's still 100%, but you can see governor failed. That's pretty cool. What about cabin electrical? Let's go back. I want to make sure these are reset the surge, reset for the next one. We'll keep it in 5x scheduled mode though. All right. Well, short-lived, right? Short-lived turbine stream, but hey, we at least got to hear some sounds. I got to get some other stuff set up for the stream later, But there you have it, guys. The Turbine Bonanza, the Barron 58, all coming at you from Black Square tomorrow. And the bundle package is around 65 USD. You get 3 Bonanza variants. You get 3 Barron variants. That's 6 airplanes, essentially $10 an airplane, which is absolutely insanity. It's incredibly fair. Also, if you have the analog mods or the analog Black Square from the original version, you get a discount on top of that. So, I've had so much fun with these airplanes. I'm going to, we'll probably end up doing some group flights on the I-90 corridor with the Black Square aircraft, which I think would be a lot of fun. So, Fred, you're going for the Barron package. I think you're going to love it, man. Honestly, they're both so good. I think it's really going to depend on what your preference is for airplane. Like, do you want a 2-engine airplane, or do you want a single-engine airplane? Or do you want to get the best deal and get both? Because I can tell you, they're just, they're incredible machines. They actually feel like machines, you know? Like, when I fly these airplanes, I feel like I'm getting into a machine that's ready to handle whatever we throw at it. So, I mean, we flew at approach down to minimums into Ukiah and the Barron. We flew the A36 turbocharged Bonanza into a mountain strip. You know, they are truly machines, expertly crafted from Black Square. So, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get a little bit of lunch. We're going to plan for the next flight. That'll be our mainstream. Starting this afternoon, we're going to do an evac flight out of Jamaica going into a hurricane in 2024. That's always exciting. This time it's going to be in a 737, which is extra scary, but we get to play with the fancy new Windwing FMC, which is right there, ready to go. So, oh man, I got rid of sail. So, oops. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. If you have questions about GA flying, Wingnut is an expert. He's in the chat. He's in the Discord as Flying Navy. But I'll be flying these more, too, even after they release. It isn't just for pre-release flying. I'm truly in love with these airplanes. We're going to keep flying them more. So maybe you're going to discover something new in Flight Sim. Maybe you never were a GA flyer. Maybe you try it out and you fall in love. So I'm out of here. Get some lunch. I'll catch you on the next stream. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya.